or was you just like doing it to spite your husband?
I started enjoying it. He was much younger.
Okay, so he was able to have a little more blood flow to the situation.
The whole time, yeah.
Okay, so young guy was blowing your back out. If your kids were to happen to come across this video on YouTube, what do you think their thoughts and their reactions would be?
They're gonna be pissed.
But you're coming from a 2-parent household, your parents were married, everything else. Why do you think you still fell into the same trap as far as being a teenage mom and all like that?
Probably because back then, after that, I just was doing me.
Well, what does that mean? Because I know how y'all ladies are. You was just, what is that?
Being a player, as I called it. And
you had your roster and was just running through the guys and stuff like that?
Yep.
Do you regret that? What's up, YouTube? I want to once again thank everybody who comes up to me in the street and shows me real love. Y'all don't even know. It keeps me thankful. It keeps my tank full. Now, back to the content. What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews out here with another one. So we got a young lady with us today. How you doing today, miss?
I'm good.
All right. So are you homeless?
Yes.
Okay, so how old are you?
I'm 61.
61. And so how long have you been homeless?
About 3 months.
3 months? What happened 3 months ago that caused you to become homeless?
Well, I lost my job due to my leg. You know, they didn't need nobody on the floor with
kind of a gimp leg or whatever?
Messed up leg, yeah. And so by me losing my job, then I lost my place. So I'm out here.
Was you living by yourself?
I was in the room.
You said, oh, so it's like a pad split type of deal?
A rooming house.
A rooming house. Okay. Wow. Ooh, how'd you hurt your leg?
Well, that's another story. But I got severe arthritis, and just through time, it just got worse.
Things just got bad. Okay. 61. Do you have any kids?
I got 5 children.
5 kids. How old is the oldest? How young is the youngest?
The oldest is 44. The youngest is 25.
Okay, 40. Nice little spread on that. Nice little 19-year gap. Same guy, different guys?
Different guys.
Different guys, okay. All right, and so 44 and 25, okay. And so have you ever been married?
I've been married.
Okay, how many times?
Once.
What age did you get married and what age did you get divorced?
I'm not divorced, I'm still married.
Okay.
I got married, at 49, and I'm still married.
You say you got married at 49? Okay, and so still technically married. How long have y'all been separated?
Probably about 10 years.
About 10 years? What was it that caused the marriage to dissolve?
He like a variety of women, so I don't even know why we got married.
You say he like a variety of women?
Yeah.
Okay, so he wanted to do his 1-2 or whatnot. Okay. Hold on real quick. You good?
Yeah, I'm on you.
So that's cool, but like, I'll come back and get you or whatnot. But yeah, I want her to just feel comfortable. We can just talk or whatever.
Okay, I'll walk down there.
Okay, no worries, man. No worries.
I can come back?
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna be out here. As long as I'm out here. Okay, all right. Okay, so you got married. You got married for about 10. Well, you was married for, you say, about 10 years before it went down, or did it like start right away being a bad marriage?
It really started right away being a bad marriage.
How long did y'all date before y'all got married?
2 years.
Okay, and so, I mean, was he not doing that stuff prior to the marriage?
No, he wasn't.
Okay, so it started once y'all got married?
Yeah, and everybody said, don't get married, he's gonna change, and he did.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so this isn't one of the fathers of any of the kids, though?
No.
Okay, all right. So, okay. And so that happened a few years back. All right, so at this point, right, it's been about 3 months. Do your kids know that you're homeless?
No, my pride won't let them know. My family is in Chicago.
In Chicago?
I have no family out here.
How long you been out here in Atlanta?
About 14 years.
Okay, so I guess you didn't think like, well, let me just grab a bus and get back to Chicago?
I did, but it's super extra cold out there. I think it's cold here.
It's very cold.
My knee can't do Chicago.
Yeah, it's a different level of cold in the Midwest, man. I don't care what nobody says. Okay. So, like for instance, right? If your kids were to happen to come across this video on YouTube, what do you think their thoughts and their reactions would be?
They're gonna be pissed, because I didn't tell them. I'm quite sure they would. My daughter would drive out here and get me. To be honest.
Is that the 44-year-old?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She would drive out here and get me. I just my pride.
Is that right? So we're gonna talk about that. All right. So let's just start from the beginning. Where you from?
I'm from Chicago.
Hey man, shout out that Chi-Town, man.
Right,
shout out
Chi-Town.
Chicago, man. What part of Chicago you from?
South Side.
Shout out that South Side all day. All right, so growing up in Chicago, growing up on the South Side, did you have both mom and dad in the household?
I did.
Okay, they were married.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I'm the baby.
You the baby? How many of y'all is it?
6.
You the baby. Okay, I'm seeing a theme. It's a lot of the babies that end up out here for one reason or another. We're gonna explore that, okay? All right, so growing up, you was the baby of 6. Would you say you had a fairly normal childhood?
I had a beautiful childhood.
Beautiful, awesome childhood?
Never had to struggle, and this is the worst. Out here struggling like this. Yeah.
Growing up, you went to high school, things like that, graduated. Any college after that?
I went to college. I was in California when I went to college. And then I stayed out there a couple of years and moved back to Chicago.
Did you graduate college?
I did.
Okay, what was your degree in?
Medical secretary.
Okay. It was like a 2-year type deal or 4-year type deal?
2.
Okay, I got you. Okay, so, I mean, had a fairly normal, growing up, did like any type of like sexual assault or anything like that ever happen to you? Okay, so fairly normal upbringing.
Yeah.
And so, I'm going to ask, right? It's that, how many different dads or whatever with the kids?
It's 3. I had 2 sets of twins.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So the first set of twins, their father got murdered when I was like 6 months pregnant. Then I met the second twins' father when my boys was 3 months. So he's the only father they know. And had a set of twins by him. Yeah.
So the twins running your family?
No, I'm running them.
Okay, you running the twins. Yeah. Okay. So why do you think none of those situations, I understand what happened with the guy that got murdered or whatever, but why do you think none of the other 2 dads worked out?
Well, the first dad, I think we were too young. My oldest daughter, her father, we had her when we was in high school. And
why do you think that is? I'm a dad of 2 girls, right? I pray to God that my girls don't get pregnant in high school and things like that. But you're coming from a 2-parent household, your parents were married, everything else. Why do you think you still fell into the same trap as far as being a teenage mom and all like that?
Probably because back then, with our parents, they married the female when they got pregnant, So in my era, that's when the baby daddy started, and the men didn't have to marry the girls when they got pregnant. So the
dads weren't pulling up with the shotguns no more?
No more.
Okay, so that's what you think, huh? Okay, wow. Okay, so, because you got married way later in life.
Yeah, way later.
Why didn't you get married earlier?
Actually, I never got proposed to. Like I said, when I had I got proposed to when I lived in California, but I didn't want to marry him. And then after that, I just was doing me.
Well, what does that mean? Because I know how y'all ladies are. You was just, what is that?
Being a player, as I called it. And
you had your roster and was just running through the guys and stuff like that?
Yep, just having
Do
fun.
you regret that?
No.
No?
I regret getting married, to be honest. Seriously.
Well, let's explore that, right? Because if you were still married, right? Let's say that you just dealt with the cheating and everything like that. You were still married. Would you be out here homeless?
No, I wouldn't.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, for younger women that are watching, right? That are thinking like, well, I'm living my hot girl life too. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm doing this. I'm doing that.
Right.
What can you tell them about how these things end up?
Well, because sometimes, I mean, you can't really, well, I don't know.
We all get old. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
We all get old. Our bodies are all eventually going to break down.
Right.
why is it not important anymore for people to be paired up so that when they do start to break down, when things do start to happen, they have someone that they can live the rest of their life with and kind of make it happen, you know?
Well, it's important, but me, myself, I'm just not going to deal with someone cheating. I'm sorry. I just can't.
I get it. I mean, were you cheating?
I started after him. I did start, yeah.
How long into it?
I mean, no, I started cheating after he did, and my mother was like, well, two wrongs don't make a right, but it felt good anyway.
It felt good to cheat?
Yeah, I mean,
I want to get into the mind of a cheater, right? Of a female cheater.
Okay.
What type of situations would lead to you end up being in the bed with somebody else? Would they come on to you? Would you come on to them?
Oh, no, he came on to me.
Okay.
He came on to me, and he knew about my husband.
Okay.
Cheating, so, I mean, we just hooked up.
Did you do it just to get your get back, or did you do it because you liked the guy?
It started out just to get back, and then I wound up liking the guy.
You end up liking the guy?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask a spicier question, okay? Who gave the better sex? Was it your husband or the side dude?
I plead the fifth on that one.
Well, no, because I guess the reason I asked is because I want to know, was it a thing to where you got to like enjoying it and that's why you kept doing it? Or was you just like doing it to spite your husband?
I started enjoying it. He was much younger.
Okay, so he was able to have a little more blood flow
Right,
to the situation.
Stamina and the whole nine, yeah.
Okay, so young guy was blowing your back out.
Pretty much. I must admit.
Okay, and so what happened to that situation?
Well, actually me and my husband wound up moving from that complex, and
So this was a neighbor.
he lived in the complex.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
You had the neighbor coming through.
Yeah, I mean-
That's dangerous.
Not really.
What if your husband would have came home?
Oh well. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think I did it a little better than that than to get caught up.
Well, I was about to say, did you ever get caught by him, by your husband?
Nah.
Yeah, see, why women are such good cheaters? What is it, do you think, that allowed you to cheat without getting caught like that?
Just being good at what I do, I guess.
Well, I mean, like, in other words, did your actions or behaviors change? Like, were y'all still having sex? When you was having sex with the young guy, was you still having the same amount of sex with your husband?
No, we had totally stopped.
Oh, so y'all had stopped at that point.
Yeah, because he was like, he was out cheating, but he wasn't protecting himself, and he gave me an STD, so I was done with him anyway.
Okay, was it one that you can get rid of, or one
yeah.
that, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, have you ever heard of Kevin Samuels?
The name sounds familiar.
Sounds familiar? He was kind of in the cultural lexicon a few years back. He's since passed. He's passed about, going on 3 years now. But he spoke about these type of situations. He spoke about ladies who were not coupled up, who eventually would end up basically on the street, right?
Okay.
Because it's just a lot to be able to do by yourself, you know what I'm saying? I was gonna ask, what are your thoughts on that? But just in general, what are your thoughts on being a single lady out here versus if you would have maybe followed, let's say, the path of your mom, right? Where she, was married and, had the kids with the same guy that she was married to and everything else.
Well, I think if I'd have followed that path, I wouldn't be out here,
Let me ask it this way, right? So if you could go back in a time machine to any time, any year that you want, you can go back as far as when you was a kid, or you can go back yesterday. If you can go back in a time machine, but you only had 1 minute to talk to your former self. So you're going back in a time machine, you're meeting you, and you're meeting you as this person that's homeless right now.
Okay.
What age would you go to? And what would you use, how would you use those 60 seconds to try to change the trajectory of how you've ended up here today?
Well, I don't know, because see, it was a knee injury that got me here in a sense.
How'd you injure the knee again? You said it was a long story or something.
Yeah, well, I hit it on the edge of the wall trying to trying to answer my phone and still missed the call. So that's awful,
Dang, I
you know.
That's add insult to injury,
So
right?
yeah, I chipped the bone in my knee and all of that stuff. But had I went to the doctor like I should have, maybe it wouldn't be so bad where I couldn't work anymore. So
If I asked your ex-husband, like, you know, what's the deal with her? What would he tell me?
he'd probably just say I was stubborn, bullheaded.
Is that true?
It is.
So how much of this situation that you're in right now is due to circumstances versus how much of it is due to you being hard-headed?
About half and half.
Half and half? And at this big old age, though, you still hard-headed?
I am.
Ew.
I admit it.
Why?
I don't know. This is me set in my ways, and I mean, I'm open-minded, but I'm still hard-headed.
Do you regret your hard-headedness?
No.
No?
I've been like this all my life. I don't regret it. I mean, once I set my mind to something, it's said. It's hard to change. So that's where the hard-headedness come in. I got many whoopings as a kid for being hard-headed, bullheaded, as my mother called me.
Hard-headed, make a soft ass.
Tell me about it.
All right. Well, listen, miss, we really appreciate you taking the time, answering all of our questions. If anybody out there wanted to reach out, help, or donate, do you have a way for them to do that? Do you have social media, Cash App, anything like that?
I don't. I'm not even on social media no more. I lost my phone, so.
Okay. Listen, miss, we really appreciate you.
Thanks.
And we definitely wish you nothing but the best out here, all right?
All right, thank you.
Make sure you have a good one, sweetie.
too.
All right, all right.